Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Just a reminder, if you don't know what paints I'm using, I like to be transparent, just like Watercolour, about what paints I'm using and what brushes I'm using. And also, what am I using here? What is this? This is what I use as a sketchbook, but it isn't a sketchbook. It is a scrapbook. So, it's great. The brushes I tend to use, I've got like, I'm just stuck in water there. I tend to use these two brushes, these graduate brushes, and also Cotman brushes. I don't use very many. I only use like a few, and I'll throw in others. And seems to be enough for me anyway, for now. Don't need loads of brushes. As the art shops do, they want you to buy every single one of each. Get one of each. Yes. Get one of every colour, one of every brush. That's what they want. But you don't need it all. You really don't. Right, let us create another masterpiece, I think. Right, so you see I've got a line here because this is actually a bigger than A4 pad. It is it's unbranded, but they're quite big. I realised I had another one. You see there, people use them as photo albums. Yeah, it's interesting. Right, I'm using a book to hold my pad from falling off because it's at an angle, and it seems to work okay. And I had a comment that my audio keeps going loud and quiet. Sometimes you can't hear me, so I'm trying to speak at the same volume, which is impossible for me. Because, when you get a bit more passionate, you get a bit louder, and then when you get a little bit sleepy, when you painted a while, you start talking a bit quieter. So it's it's a tough one. But at the moment, this is the best I can come up with. So let us start painting. I've got a dirty plate. I just had my fish and chips on here, and now I'm going to do a painting. Not really. Some black and blue. Brown. A bit more brown. A bit more black, I think. Nice dark clouds. I like to put in really dark clouds because then I can put in lighter ones as well, and I can light things up. I had no idea what I'm doing really. I've got a vague idea. Well, I haven't got no idea. Let's be honest. It just means I've got no exact idea, but I have an idea. It's just my ideas always change as soon as I start painting. I've got no reference pictures. This has all got to come out of my head, but we'll see what happens. I've got the basic idea is that there's light coming this way. That's my idea. So we will see what happens as we slosh this paint around to about there. This could be our sky. About there. And I want a bit of light. What I'm thinking, you know how you get these skies where it's a lot of cloud and then you get a spot of light? And it creates spotlights basically on the ground. So I'm thinking in those that sort of mindset. pick up a little bit of blue and white, and I'm gonna while everything's still wet, I'm gonna break this cloud up like that. Give it an angle. And we'll just leave that to melt into each other. We don't mind that. And then we can think about what we're doing down here, because I kind of want like a bluey colour. So I'm just I grabbed more blue and more white, threw that in together like this. Might need a bit more white, to be honest. And we'll put in our foreground. And this is before we've even put the mountain in, because I'm going to have a mountain in here as well. But while that's drying, I can do this. It's just a base colour, really. So I always paint my paintings in my mind, because it's a bit like a puzzle, I find, painting. It's like a puzzle where you're thinking about which thing you should do first, which bit you should paint first, and while something's drying, what can you do to use your time wisely? And it's been a long day today. It's been a long day. I was at work at the crack of dawn. And every day I'm thinking about what I can paint. Every day I'm thinking, now what can I paint today? Something will come to me. And I'm always taking photos of things, so there's always ideas. There's always an idea, though, isn't there? You can always paint something. There's always an idea. So I'm putting my bluey colour on. Just so I can put highlights on it afterwards. The bit that I enjoy, the highlights. I think that's why people say, oh, this was a real highlight of my day. What they really mean is the best part of their day, and that's why highlights are so much fun to do in painting. I'm just making that up, though. Maybe it's true. Let's get a bit of blue, a little bit of blue. I don't really like these lines anymore. So I'm gonna get rid of the lines. I'll just have a gap in the clouds instead. See, you can change your mind. Change your mind. Why not? There's no... This is going to be quite a loose one, this. It's good to do ones that are really tough going, and then do some that are relaxing. This one's relaxing. I'm going to get some blue and black. I want to get this mountain. I want to have a mountain that's sort of... Maybe I don't want it to be too dark. Start with a grey-blue colour. I'm going to have a mountain that's right there. Maybe it goes up like that and then down. Like that. And get a bit more of this colour, maybe there's another piece of it there. Piece of land. Mountains. It's a bit too light, that was. A bit too light. I need to make sure it all goes together. I don't mind that because that's going to go dull. I know that will go dull. Okay, so got a couple of mountains there. Might put something here as well. Somewhat distant, nice and distant. Get a little bit of that black. I want to have that sort of rockiness on the top of this bit. Maybe a little bit on this bit as well. Quite like that. So we've got this going. We've got to think about the... I might actually get some on there as well. That a bit rockier. Something like that. Got some white, and I might create a bit of mist. Or shall I just go with a line, a light? Use my finger just to smudge it a little bit. Let that sort of mix in a little bit. And then add some light afterwards. So I want light going along there. You know what I was saying, where you get certain areas you get light, because you got that gap in the clouds. I might need to emphasise the light of the gap in the cloud as well, because it's quite dark. break up some areas. There we go. Now, so after you've done your washes and stuff, then it's all sort of coming together. Then you can start going into drier paint. So you wipe your brush on something, on a tea towel I've got, and then you can pick up your, say there's a bit of yellow here in the white, but this is a lot thicker than what's already down. So this is going to, when it dries, this is what you've got to think about, is this. The more water this has got in it, when it dries fainter. So the less water, when it dries, it almost dries the same as what you see it. So it flattens a bit, but yeah. So you think about that when you're painting. Make a conscious thought of that. Of course, when you smudge it like I do, it's going to vanish a little bit as well. So this is going to be lit up here, up this one side, and then up here as well. Maybe there's a bit there as well. The light's hitting. And then this rock as well, this has got some coming together. The more you do as well, the less paint you have on your brush, and therefore the less light. I know some of you are probably watching this. I already know all this. Well, it's just in case there's a total beginner who's watching and they're thinking, well, I want to do this. This looks like fun. Then I've given them a good start. A good start in their newfound art career. And then we'll be going in the galleries and seeing their paintings on the walls. No, it's a good feeling actually when somebody learns from your videos and they've progressed. It is a good feeling. So if it happens to you, well done. I hope it does. I hope you progress and become brilliant beyond your wildest dreams. Right, I'm getting a bit carried away now. I start doing mountains, I'm start really enjoying myself. But I don't want to do too much because otherwise... I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind a little bit of dark behind there. Yes. Right, okay. Remember what I said about using a lot of white? So now we can let's use a bit of the purest. Whoops, there's loads of that on there. The purest of the white. Let's have a bit of light going. Shing, shing. So this is a pure colour, barely any water. So we've really got some light spots there. And maybe there's a little bit more break in there. And here there's some really light there. Okay. Something like that. And then, what I'm going to do, in a dramatic twist, a dramatic twist in this situation, we're going to have, what if, well, let's brighten this up. I forgot to do that. Let's brighten that up a bit again, as that's sort of vanished a little bit. Some light there. And then what I want is, we've got a bit of snow that goes dramatic. How dramatic? Yes, got snow there. We can have some snowy marks along here. But I don't want to go too bright in here because I want this to stand out. Yeah, we've got snow here and there in amongst that, but we've got this in the front, and because I've put that there, I want our character to be walking up here. He can be about here, I think. And he's walking in this snow. Oops. I forgot to wipe the water off. Disaster. Disaster. Well, that's it now, isn't it? He's gone. He didn't make it. Oh no. Oh, have you ever seen that film Everest? Oh, that was awful. Right, wipe the water off. Bit of black. I want to put his legs in. So he's walking up here. Gotta imagine he's in quite thick snow. so his legs are going to be covered up a bit. I'll just do him in black to start with, I think. Maybe he's got one of those sticks. Well, he has. He's got a stick. I want him to be a bit brighter. Got this red, what is it? Primary red gouache. See, it works well to use your gouache on top because it's quite thick. Give him a red coat. And just let that dry a bit. What colour hat do you reckon? Green, I think. Green hat. Just digging into this green. It's a green watercolour. Bit of white in it. Grey it down. Bit stronger green, you can see that. I just threw a little bit of phthalo green in it. Oops, let's give this guy a hat. It's a bit bright, that hat, you can't hardly see it. Oops. What can I do? Let's get some pure sap green out of the tube. And you're thinking, well, why don't you use green gouache? Well, that would be a good idea, but I've run out. So we'll use a bit of the pure sap green watercolour. My hat. Do you reckon this? He'd have green gloves to go with his green hat. Yeah, now. Need a bit of a face. Bit of a red and burnt sienna. Red and burnt sienna. Not got enough colour there. I need some fresh burnt sienna. See, I find digging out your colour works alright until you're on your last layer, and then it's fresh paint works beautifully. So I'll use a bit of fresh paint. Have this adventurous person have a face. Bit of a face anyway. Bit white. Yeah, it's not something I've really done, mountain climbing. It's not something I think, I wouldn't mind climbing a mountain. I think about it and I think, yeah, I'd go on one of those trains like there is in Wales, and you can get on a train and go up Snowdon. That sounds good. Take some good pictures up there, wouldn't you? Imagine every painting I would do would be mountains. Be good to do that one day. Get some of this green. Yeah, he's got this nice big hat on. He's coming up there. He looks like he's coming this way now, doesn't he? I quite like that. That was accidental. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I did this on purpose. It was all trickery. I pretended he was going up there, but really he was coming towards us. I'll make his leg look like it is more. Maybe just getting his boot in the snow there, and then his other boots like that. Does that look right? I don't know. His big stick. Well, it's good enough for me. It's good enough for me. Let's get some snow on there. So that's the thing, he's in the snow, isn't he? Looks cold out there. What I might do, what I'm thinking about is maybe there's a few like rock areas in this snow. I'm just thinking it, just add a little bit of something to this picture. Maybe there's some more here. Something like that. I might give him a helping hand, give him a trail. There we go, just follow this way, you'll be fine. Now, do I see anything that I want to do? I'm liking this actually, I like this a lot more than I thought it was going to look. It's a lot better than I thought. I might put a little bit of light on the guy's arm there, on his jacket. Bit of light sort of hitting him there. Not too much. I think, you know what I might do, what I would think, he's thinking, oh no, what's Jason up to now? He's thinking, don't do what I think you're going to do. It's hard enough walking up the side of this. He doesn't want to do it with snow coming down into his face. That's exactly what's going to happen. Oh, it's snowing. Just flicking the paint on. There we go, it's snowing now. No problem, is it, making it snow with this technique? Nice and easy. You can actually do this sort of thing with oil paints, but... So, is there anything I want to do to make this even better? Or more dramatic? I quite like it, actually. If I start messing around with doing fancy stuff in the sky or something like that, it will lose its... It'll start losing some of its charm, won't it? Whoops. Light area there again. Don't worry, don't worry. There we go, there's the path. Now, I could do one thing. I've lost that light again here. Break the light up like that. Yeah, I think I quite like that, actually. I quite like that. So I think I'm going to stop there. There's a man trying to get back to base. He's already climbed this mountain. He went down, climbed that one, put a flag in it, came down, then this one, and then came down, now he's back up here. No problem for him. In fact, he skied down there, and we went whoop 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 whoop. Okay, that didn't happen. But you know, use your imagination. You could put your character with skis. You could have him skiing down here, and rather than struggling to walk up here, he could be skiing down. You could do whatever you like with your imagination. So thanks very much for watching this episode, and I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.